Breaking news, one person is dead after an avalanche strikes a section of expert trails at a ski resort near Lake Tahoe. This is minutes after opening for the season. It happened this morning at Palisades Tahoe in Placer County following a major snowstorm that brought intense winds reaching as high as 100 miles per hour.
Apparently there was a weak layer in the snow and something sheared off that caused the GS bowl, the cornice of the GS bowl, to let loose as the first people getting off the lift skied into it. And what I heard was the entire 100-yard stretch of the top part of cornice bowl all let loose, like within the first 5 minutes of people skiing into the bowl.
Wow. Well, minutes ago, the Placer County Sheriff identified the victim of that avalanche as 66-year-old Kenneth Kidd. He is a resident of both Point Reyes and also the Truckee area. With more, I'm joined on the phone by Captain Patrick Costamagna of the Sacramento Fire Department. Captain, thanks so much for being with me tonight. Was this just a result of sort of the perfect storm, or was something off at that resort? You just heard that skier say there was a weak layer in the snow.
Well, oftentimes these weak layers will develop over varied snow conditions. Different storms will provide a different layer of snow, and that's what causes that weak layer. Unfortunately, the ski resort didn't do anything wrong. It was just kind of the result of, like you said, the perfect storm with people skiing over these weak layers that will result in that failure of the...
Okay. How was the response effort? Were you part of that response effort today?
No, I was contacted. Actually, I work several hours away from there. I was contacted just as a former member of that area in response to the avalanche. I was not a responder.
Okay. You know, of course, Captain, we have a lot of snow resorts here in Southern California, a lot of people who will hit those slopes at some point. If you are caught in a situation like this, in an avalanche, let's hope you're not, but if you are, what are you supposed to do?
Well, you want to do everything you can to stay on top of the sliding snow. You want to be cautious before it happens of people skiing above you or recreating above you, because oftentimes these will be caused from avalanche from above. If you are swept away, if it's possible for you to do everything you can to stay on top of the avalanche, get rid of any loose equipment or something that would drag you to the bottom. And when the avalanche settles, and if you are buried, you want to try to create yourself an air pocket by moving your arms around the head and face area.
Okay, move your arms around near your face area to
make that air pocket.
Yeah, to get that air pocket. Okay. Well, look, we appreciate you joining all the way from Sacramento, Captain Patrick Costamagna from the Sacramento Fire Department. Thank you so much.